Could this be my mom? Understanding narcissism. You know how some families just seem different? They have a unique dynamic that you can't quite put your finger on. Maybe there's a lot of drama, or one person always has to be the center of attention. It feels like walking on eggshells around them. You love your family, of course. They are your world, your support system, and your home. But sometimes things just don't feel quite right. There's an underlying tension that you can't shake off. Today, we're talking about narcissism. It's a term that's often misunderstood and misused. Now, this isn't about someone who just likes to look in the mirror a little too much. It's much deeper than that. Narcissism is a real personality disorder, and it can have a big impact on families. It affects relationships, communication, and emotional well-being. We're going to talk about some signs that your mom might be a narcissist. It's important to recognize these signs to understand your experiences better. And please understand, this isn't about blaming anyone. It's about gaining insight and finding ways to cope. It's about understanding, and it's about helping you heal. Healing starts with awareness and acceptance. Remember those times when you felt like you couldn't do anything right in your mom's eyes? It felt like nothing you did was ever good enough. Or maybe she always had to be the star of the show, even at your own graduation. Your achievements were overshadowed by her need for attention. These could be signs of something more. It's not just about occasional selfishness. It's a pattern of behavior that affects your life deeply. Educating yourself about narcissism can be empowering. It helps you see the patterns and understand the dynamics at play. Seeking professional help can also be a crucial step. Therapists can provide guidance and strategies to deal with narcissistic behavior. Journaling your thoughts and feelings can be therapeutic. It allows you to process your emotions and gain clarity. Practicing mindfulness and self-care is essential. Taking time for yourself helps you stay grounded and resilient. Surround yourself with supportive people who understand and respect you. Engaging in activities you love can also bring joy and fulfillment. Remember, understanding narcissism is the first step towards healing. It's a journey, but you're not alone. There is hope and support available. Take it one day at a time and know that you have the strength to overcome these challenges. Your well-being matters. Embrace your journey towards healing and self-discovery. You deserve to live a life filled with peace and happiness. Let's talk about some red flags that might indicate deeper issues. These are behaviors that might mean your mom struggles with narcissism, a personality trait that can significantly impact relationships. One big red flag is a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Does your mom have a hard time understanding how others feel? Does she dismiss your emotions or make you feel like your feelings don't matter? Another sign is if she seems to only care about her own needs and desires, often at the expense of others. Narcissists also need constant praise and admiration. They thrive on being the center of attention. They might get really upset if you don't give them the attention they think they deserve, reacting with anger or hurt feelings. They might even try to manipulate you with guilt trips or anger, making you feel responsible for their happiness. Another sign is a sense of entitlement. This means they believe they deserve special treatment and privileges. Does your mom think she's better than others? Does she expect to be treated differently, with more respect or admiration? Does she expect special treatment everywhere she goes, whether it's at home, work, or in social settings? These could be signs of narcissism, a condition that can make relationships challenging and sometimes painful. Remember, these are just some general signs. It's important to consider the overall pattern of behavior and not just isolated incidents. Every person is different and every family is different. If you suspect your mom might have narcissistic traits, it might be helpful to talk to a professional for guidance and support. Growing up with a narcissistic mother can be really tough. You might feel like you're always walking on eggshells, never knowing what will set her off. You might doubt yourself a lot, wondering if you're good enough. You might feel like you're always competing for her love and attention, which you never quite get. Some people who grew up with narcissistic mothers become people pleasers. They try to make everyone happy, even if it means sacrificing their own needs. It's important to remember that none of this is your fault. You deserve love and respect, no matter what. Section 4. Maria's story. Always enough, never good enough. Maria, a young Latina woman from Chicago, tells a story we hear so often. It's a story of striving, of yearning, and of the constant feeling of falling short. Growing up, she always felt like she had to be perfect for her mother. Every action, every decision, every grade was scrutinized. My grades were never good enough, Maria says. Even when I got an A, my mother would ask why it wasn't an A+. My mom would compare me to my cousins, to the neighbors, to anyone she thought was better than me, even to strangers at the grocery store. It felt like I was always in a competition I could never win. Maria's mother would constantly criticize her appearance, her choices, everything. From the clothes she wore to the friends she chose. It was as if nothing Maria did was ever right. Every decision was questioned, every mistake magnified. Maria grew up feeling like she was never enough, like she could never meet her mother's high expectations, like she could never win her mother's approval. This constant pressure took a toll on her self-esteem and mental health. This is a classic example of how narcissistic mothers can impact their children. The need for control and validation can overshadow the child's needs and feelings. It's not about you, it's about their own need for control and validation. But Maria's story doesn't end here. She found strength in her journey, learning to value herself beyond her mother's criticisms. Today, Maria is learning to embrace her worth, finding joy in her achievements, and surrounding herself with people who uplift her. Her story is a testament to resilience, to the power of self-love, and to the importance of breaking free from toxic expectations. Remember, you are always enough, even if you feel like you're never good enough. Your worth is not defined by others, but by your own heart and spirit. Section 5. James learns to set boundaries. James, a young African-American man from Atlanta, shares his own experience. My mom would call me at all hours of the night, he says, wanting to talk about her problems, her drama. James loves his mother, but he realized that he needed to set boundaries. He started by setting aside specific times when he was available to talk. He also learned to say no. It was hard at first, James admits, but I realized that I deserve to have my own life, my own space. Setting boundaries can be tough, especially with family, but it's so important for your own well-being. Section 6. Healing and hope. You're not alone. If you recognize these signs in your own mother, know that you're not alone. Millions of people have grown up with narcissistic parents, and there is help available. Therapy can be a great way to process your feelings and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Support groups can also be incredibly helpful. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. It takes time to unlearn those negative patterns and start believing in yourself again. Section 7. You deserve love moving forward. The most important thing to remember is that you deserve love and respect. You deserve to have people in your life who value you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. It's okay to grieve the mother you wish you had. It's okay to be angry, to be sad, to be confused. Allow yourself to feel those feelings, and know that it's never too late to start creating a happier, healthier life for yourself. You are worthy of love, you are worthy of happiness, and you are worthy of healing.